Hey guys, what's going on? It's Savage here, and before we get into the actual video, I just want to shout out my second channel that I run with Slickmoff, who is also another comic book YouTuber who also does very similar things to me. I want you guys to go check out that second channel. If you guys do enjoy long gameplays of just funny moments of me and Slickmoff, or you just want to hear some funny things, go check that video out because it is actually really go check the channel out in general. Just go subscribe if you are interested whatsoever. It will be a very fun time to see you guys there. We are going to start continuously uploading as soon as possible. We needed to start recording more gameplay on the weekends and then editing those gameplays, and that's my job. But I've been slacking because I've been busy with school and this channel. But if you want to, go check out that channel, because on starting Monday I'm going to try to make it my goal to upload every single day next week, and that would be an actual goal. So go check it out, go subscribe. If we could reach a few more subscribers there, that'd be awesome. And enjoy the video. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Savage here, and today we're going to be talking about Spider-Man PS4 and some of the villains that might be popping up and some of the villains that might not be popping up. Now we have such limited info about this game. We only know that it's going to be exclusive to the PS4, and we only know that it's going to include Spider-Man. That's so far all we know, but we do know a few villains. So let's start off with this one. The first one that we know will be in the game, well at least speculation-wise, and of course images of the trailer and whatnot suggest that this character will be in the game, is Mr. Negative. Now, Mr. Negative and his henchmen are like very super. They don't really take that much pain, of course, and I got criticized for that in my last Spider-Man PS4 video where I said he kills. A lot of people got mad at my opinion, my theory, and I just want to clear this up right now. Spider-Man's not going to be killing in the next game. It's just not going to happen. Spider-Man in this game looks too innocent, so he's not going to be killing Mr. Negative's thugs. He's not going to be killing Mr. Negative himself. I just put that speculation out there. But of course, Mr. Negative will possibly be in the game as the main antagonist for the entire game. And even if they make more sequel games, it could possibly make him a trilogy type of villain for all three Spider-Man games if they go ahead and take that route. Another one that I do believe will be in the game is Vulture. Considering the fact that Vulture is the main villain for the Spider-Man Homecoming movie that's going to be releasing soon, of course, it takes a huge thing for Marvel and Insomniac to be like, hey, he's going to be in the movie, he's going to be everywhere soon, and we're going to be promoting him. Why not we just put him in a game? Let's put him in a game. People are going to be like, holy shit, Vulture's in the game and he's in the movie? That's awesome. Don't make him as the main antagonist, of course, because it just wouldn't work for a video game. It would be really weird to see Vulture as the main antagonist for Spider-Man. The funny thing about this is I have an old Spider-Man comic from like the 80s or 70s or something like that has Vulture's like first appearance. No, it's from the 60s, I think. And it has Vulture's first appearance. And I gotta say, Vulture is a very cheesy character back in the 70s and 60s. I just gotta say that. Really funny, really cool. But if Vulture is in the game, imagine if you guys are Arkham fans, or you guys actually do like Arkham or anything from Arkham Origins. Imagine the Arkham Origins Firefly boss battle, but more movement in it. Instead of just throwing batarangs, you're swinging on his wings, or you're like dodging his attacks, or like swinging through buildings. It would just be something really cool to see Vulture and his boss battle in the game. The next one you guys can expect is Mysterio, and now I'm also going to be comparing him to another Arkham boss battle, which is the Scarecrow Arkham boss battle from Arkham Asylum. Now, I don't think it's going to be the same exact boss battle. I don't think it's going to be like a big hulking Mysterio, like, staring out and like trying to mess with Spider-Man. I think it's just going to be like a more type of psychological boss battle instead of just a physical boss battle. It's the fear that he puts into you. It's the mysteriousness of the character. Mysterious. It's just going to be like one of those characters that are going to really confuse you in their boss battle and really disorient your way of thinking, and you change the entire way of you fighting the boss battle. Because in usual boss battles for Spider-Man games, this is all physical. And if you introduce Mysterio, then it could be a really cool thing to introduce a more psychological aspect to the character and give him a boss battle that really means something and bring something new to a Spider-Man game, instead of just, oh, you gotta grab this and then throw it at the character, and then grab this and throw it at the villain again, and then throw it, instead of just doing that, you bring in the Mysterio and you actually do this in a right way where you could actually like make him one of the most intimidating villains without him really even being there. Of course, he's going to be a threat, but not to the point of Spider-Man being like, shit, gotta get this done. Spider-Man's still going to be worried about him, but he's not going to be as worried about him as like the main villain, which could be Mr. Negative. He's just going to be like, this is an obstacle that I got to get through, and maybe it could be so damning of a boss battle and so crazy and so psychologically torturing, like Spider-Man, like that happens, that it actually somewhat changes him throughout the game, which would be really, really cool to see. Just imagine, okay, so just imagine, I'm sorry, I'm comparing to Arkham again, I gotta have to. Just imagine the Mr. Freeze boss battle with the Scarecrow boss battle, but on a, like the Scarecrow boss battle to a much smaller scale in the Mr. Freeze aspect of the boss battle, which is, diversity and taking down the villain in a much, like, higher importance in the boss battle. So I think that would be a really cool thing to see Mysterio in, and I just really wish he is actually in the game. The next one is Sandman. I know a lot of people don't enjoy the character of Sandman. It's Stanman, Stanley. Hashtag Illuminati confirmed. Sandman. And I think it would be actually a really cool thing to actually put him in the game if they do it. If they do it right, of course, because I'm just going off of boss battles. I'm not going off of story cues or, story aspects of Spider-Man right now. I'm just going strictly based off of boss battles and if they will make an appearance, which they probably will. Sandman would be a really cool thing if they just change up his boss battle. Stop making him a one-dimensional, two-dimensional character where you're just like, I gotta web this water or dodge his attack to hit him in water or make him this big hulking clay face type character. Make him a little bit smaller. Make him a little bit not insignificant, but it's just smaller to the fact where he's small, but at the same time he's still intimidating and a worthy opponent of Spider-Man. I just think that if they do Sandman right and they do him right in the game, that it could be a potential possibility of bringing him into the movies and having an audience that already likes him from the game go to the movies and be like, yes, Sandman. I bet they're gonna do something really cool with Sandman. They did it in the game. Of course, Marvel is helping with the game a little bit, of course, some story things, but Zombiac is basically taking their own liberties with the game. But if they still put Sandman in there, it will inspire Marvel to make a Sandman versus Spider-Man movie, which would be cool. It would just be something cool. And I just want to see a good boss battle with Sandman, especially Sandman. I don't know if I could compare it to any other Arkham game. I think a cool thing could be maybe chasing him around the city of New York, and, swinging around and trying to take him out while he's crashing through buildings and, destroying a bunch of things. From what we know, this game looks beautiful, right? We've seen the gameplay that happen for like 30 seconds. So if they, use that and then kind of interweave the destruction that they have, I feel like they could actually pull this off really well. And then, of course, after the boss battle, all the streets will be covered in sand with the buildings on top. Like when you swing up on a building, you just see a bunch of sand. I just think that would be like the coolest and funniest thing imaginable for a Spider-Man game. The next one is Doc Ock. Now, a lot of people don't really like Dr. Octavius in video games. But if they do them right in the same way they do boss battles, I think it would be a really, really cool thing to see. Dr. Octavius is my second favorite Spider-Man villain, right behind, of course, it has to be Green Goblin. I just love Green Goblin as a character. He's one of my favorite. We'll get into him later, but it's for a completely different reason. Dr. Octavius is a really, really good character to do for the simple reason that you could introduce, again, something different, something new, and something like really interesting to the character. Bring in a new boss battle. Again, if I'm going to have to compare it to Arkham, if you're going to do a boss battle like that, make it like Deathstroke, where it's multiple ways of, fighting off his attacks. So, of course, he has the 4 metal arms on his back that's fused into his brain and whatnot. You have to dodge those, and then you have to find out a way to actually take out multiple arms. And then once you get like one arm down, the 3 arms get more powerful. And then once you take another one out, the 2 arms become way more powerful. And then he starts getting physically active into the fight. I just think that'd be a really, really cool thing to see. And it would just bring something new to the character's fighting ability. If they make him a little bit younger, which I'm totally down for a little bit of a younger Dr. Octavius. Of course, my favorite run right now, or my favorite one like ever in Spider-Man history, is the Superior Spider-Man one. So if they reference that a little bit, that'd be really cool. Or if they just go ahead and just like make him a little bit younger, I'm fine with that too. But altogether, Dr. Octavius could be a really, really cool and a really, really fun character to do in this game, especially if you do the boss battle right. And I mean, I'm emphasizing the fact that they need to have really good boss battles for the simple fact that if they don't, I'm not gonna buy this game. If I read a review or multiple reviews saying the boss battle sucked, I'm probably not going to buy the game because honestly, you need boss battles in a superhero game. It's just that simple. Now we're going to be going on to characters that will not, villains that will not be in the game. Number one from the trailer, I'm going strictly based off of the trailer and some of the information that we gotten. Green Goblin. Spider-Man has been doing this for a few years now. Apparently, I think from what I heard, you could correct me if I'm wrong. Spider-Man has been doing this for a few years, I think, in this game, in this game's universe. So Green Goblin would have already been established, right? Nope. A billboard says Osborn, or I think it was Oscorp. It's not. If it's not Oscorp, then it's Osborn. It's relating back to Norman Osborn. So of course that means Green Goblin, Norman Osborn is still a businessman, and he has not become Green Goblin yet. So it really wouldn't make sense for them to have a billboard that says Oscorp and then at the same time have Green Goblin in the game, unless nobody knows that Green Goblin and Norman Osborn are the same people, kind of like what they did for the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man film. But at the same time, it'd just be really stupid because everybody everybody that plays the game or even knows anything remotely close to Spider-Man knows that Norman Osborn is Green Goblin. So unless they change the character, it's not gonna be like a shocking reveal, like, oh, you're Green Goblin? I didn't even know I'm friends with your son. It'd just be really stupid. So just don't put in Green Goblin. And another thing why he won't be in the game, he's just overused. I'm not saying he's overused in the movies or the games. I'm really just saying he's overused in general sometimes. Unless they're gonna be going with a little bit of a classical Green Goblin story, classical Spider-Man story, I see no reason why Green Goblin needs to be in this game. It's kind of useless to put him in a game. If he does really good, then he's going to steal the show from the other villains that probably need a bigger push in the comics and the movies anyway. So there's no need to bring in Green Goblin. There's no really use for him in this game. From what we know from the information right now, Osborn is not Green Goblin, because if Spider-Man's been doing this for years and Green Goblin has been out there for years, it kind of makes Spider-Man look weak, considering the fact that Norman Osborn is still a businessman and Green Goblin's still out there, and Spider-Man's been doing this for years against Green Goblin and he still hasn't caught him, it makes Spider-Man look weak as a character and as a hero. So that's one of my reasons why Green Goblin is on the game. Another character is Black Cat. The reason why I'm saying Black Cat is because Insomniac is really trying to push away from, I think it was Beanox or whatever, whoever made the last Spider-Man games, the last two Spider-Man games, the Amazing Spider-Man games. I feel like they're trying to push away from them, and it's just going to be tying back to another character, one other character that I'm about to say. I feel like they're trying to push away from that game series. So what they're going to be doing is pushing away from Black Cat. Black Cat was in both of the games as a semi-love interest, but at the same time just a normal thief that had really weird abilities. She could disappear sometimes. Cool, I guess, Black Cat's not real. If you read the comics, Black Cat is somewhat like that, but she's not to the point where she can't be detected in Spider-Man's spider sense. It just doesn't make sense, So I think at the same time, of course, Insomniac is gonna be like, okay, so Spider-Man's right here, Black Cat's right there. Why do we need Black Cat? Oh, we don't need Black Cat. Of course we don't need Black Cat. So again, with the same thing with Green Goblin and Norman Osborn, you don't need that character. You don't need Black Cat. She's already been in like a majority of the games. I'm pretty sure she was she in Web of Shadows? I'm not sure. I think she was. She was in The Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2. She's been in like 5 games so far, and in all of them, she's just been really useless. And I feel like Insomniac knows how to tell at least a decent story, and they will see that Black Cat is completely useless. So there's no need for her to be in the game, and there's no need for her to actually be a character that could be fightable or even playable in this game. It's just a completely useless character. It would be a waste of time and resources to even get the character design and boss battle down. Use it for a more important character, like the characters I list off for the characters that are possibly going to be in the game. And the last one is the Kingpin. Why the Kingpin? I just don't think he's going to be in the game. I really, really do not. The Daredevil TV show already has him. And if they actually introduce it, if they put him in the Spider-Man game, it's just going to make Kingpin's appearance in Daredevil just feel weird. And, of course, with Black Cat and Green Goblin, there's no use for him. Kingpin has also been in the last Spider-Man game. Garbage game. I mean, $60 on the PlayStation still? Give me a break, man. But seriously, he was in the last Spider-Man game. There's no use for him to be in this game either. So I really don't see the purpose of Kingpin. He's in a Daredevil TV show. Leave him in a Daredevil TV show. Don't bring him into the games. We already had him in a game, and we saw that he didn't really work in the game. He was like Bane in Batman Arkham. Again, So I keep comparing it to Batman Arkham, but he was like Bane in Batman Arkham Asylum. It was just like, dodge, ooh, dodge, shock him, dodge. You know, it's just like, it was completely stupid and useless, and you don't need to waste your resources on a character that does not need to be in the game. The most of the characters that I named off that should be in the game, or a possibility in the game, should be in the game for one reason and one reason only: for a giant push, not only in the movies but in the comics. Kingpin doesn't need that. He has Daredevil. Black Cat, she seemed like a big addition in the Marvel universe a few years ago, and I feel like she still kind of is somewhat. And you know, if they're gonna be doing a Sinister Six movie, put her in that. She doesn't need a push in the game. She needs a push in the movies. If she really wants to put a stamp on her name, if the Marvel people want to put a stamp on her name, put her in a Sinister Six movie. Green Goblin, we don't need him. We don't need him in the Spider-Man movies yet. We don't need him in the freaking game, in the games yet. Keep him in the comics. Keep him away from the game. And of course, the other characters are just like, we need these characters to be having a push. So Dr. Oct, you know, of course, he's still a big character, and he got a big push in Superior Spider-Man, but I feel like he needs a bigger one, you know? Same thing with Mysterio, and of course, you know, the same time, Sandman and Mr.Negative. All those characters need a push, so let them have a push. Damn, just fucking stop being so rude to the characters in the goddamn game. So give a push to the characters that need it. Leave the characters that don't need a push alone. You know, bring up something that's new, fresh, interesting. Don't just be doing the same thing that Binox did, or whatever the hell their name is, and Activision did. Even though I loved Spider-Man 2 on the PS... no, actually, I didn't play it on the PS2. I played it on the GameCube. Even though I loved Spider-Man 2 on the GameCube, the one reason why I just, like, you know, didn't like it is because the villains just felt weird. It was, like, unnecessary. Of course, we were trying to keep it somewhat canon to the movies, but whatever, you know. So tell us guys in the comments below, what villains do you want to see in Spider-Man PS4 that will be releasing, I think, in 2017, early 2017, hopefully. Tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.